Everybody. So welcome to the ceremonial bill signing. We've got a great group out there in the hall that'll be coming through, and we want to make Oklahoma the best place to live, to work, to raise your family, and we're doing it. It's just amazing the momentum that we have in our state right now. So we picked out some of the very, very best bills that were across the finish line of my desk this year, and so we're going to do this this bill signing. Right now people are moving to our state like never before. We're top 10 of people moving here. The economy is the best it's ever been. We have the largest savings account. I don't know if it's been reported yet, but we were also $250 million when we finished out the fiscal year, June 30th. We were $250 million above what we estimated our revenue. And then when you look at our 5%, we only spend 95% of our revenue. So that was another $750 million that went in. So the economy continues to grow, which is really, really exciting. And I believe it's because of our pro-business, pro-family policies that we're getting across the finish line. Here, above everything else in Oklahoma, we value God, we value families and hard work. And it's just part of our ethos here as Oklahomans. So states all over the country are seeing, and we see policymakers in other states attacking conservative values that we hold dear to the state of Oklahoma. So we signed a couple pieces of legislation to try to preempt anything from happening that we see happening in other states. I'll go through a couple of them here, but I'm proud to sign legislation, House Bill 1217, and this protects our kids from radical gender ideology, obscene performances. Again, pretty common sense. If you want to do those kind of performances at your own house, at your own club, and whatever, knock yourself out. What we're saying here is we're not going to allow that to be done in public places where kids are present. All right? Pretty common sense to us in Oklahoma, and everybody agrees with me on that, or at least maybe 90% of Oklahomans agree with me on that. There's always somebody. Somebody would complain if your ice cream was cold, right? So common sense for us. Senate Bill 418 ensures that only biological women will reside in women's prisons. Again, pretty common sense. Again, this wasn't happening in Oklahoma, but it was happening in other states like California, that you could say that you're a woman and then you could be sent to a woman's prison. And so we were going to make sure that we protected women's spaces in the state of Oklahoma. Again, a 90-10 issue. I'd like to find out who the 10% are that don't agree with me on that, but a 90-10 issue. Senate Bill 500 ensures our Oklahoma gun industry can work without fear of political discrimination. President Trump also just signed an EO on this exact same matter. And basically what that's just saying is, in Oklahoma, we're not going to let you, we're not going to do business with banks that discriminate against the oil and gas industry, that discriminate against the gun industry. And because of those proactive policies, you probably saw we landed CBC, which is a large, one of the largest in the world, ammo manufacturer that is moving to Oklahoma. They're going to be spending about $350 million. We're really excited. They supply ammunition to the U.S. military, the German military, sportsmen all over the country. And we're very, very proud to welcome them to Oklahoma. They also own Taurus. They're 25% owner of Colt firearms. And so everybody listening to me back up in the Northeast, if you're an ammo manufacturer, we want you in the state of Oklahoma. If you're a gun manufacturer, we want you to come to Oklahoma and set up shop and hire Oklahomans and enjoy the freedoms of our state. Senate Bill 20 keeps our roads safer by mandating that those driving with commercial driver's license have to be able to read and speak English. Again, I mean, my team tells me it's a 90-10 issue, but I'm not sure who the 10% would disagree with that are. Pretty common sense to us. We want our roads safe. We want to know that those people, those commercial drivers that are driving around our roads and moving, it's a very important industry for our state, and they're moving our goods and services. We just want to make sure that they're trained properly and that public safety is paramount for the citizens of the great state of Oklahoma. So at the very least, you should be able to pass those tests. You should be able to read and speak English if you're going to be driving on our roads in a commercial capacity. So again, common sense. House Bill 2610 and Senate Bill 658. Excited to sign those, get those across the finish line. They protect and promote our amazing foster families. And I know our churches do a great job of promoting that. We need more people, more great Oklahomans giving back to that next generation. If you found yourself in a foster situation and kids that need help, man, there's nothing better than seeing a child be brought into a loving home and changing the trajectory of their life. And so we want to promote that. And we certainly know that it's those families that have very deep faith. We're not going to let the system discriminate against them. Again, it doesn't happen in Oklahoma, but we're preempting that. So other states, I don't want to name some of the other states, but some of the other states, are discriminated against. Like, for example, a Catholic family that has their faith is very important to them, that wants to foster a child. So we want to make sure that it doesn't happen here in the state of Oklahoma. So I'm proud to sign these bills. I want to thank the House and Senate members that work so hard to get these across the finish line. Passing a bill takes a lot of effort and sometimes is very difficult to get across the finish line because there's always opposition to it. But I want to thank the House and Senate for getting these very, very important bills across the Senate line. To what I'm saying is promotes the Oklahoma way of life and makes Oklahoma the best state to live, to work, and to raise a family. And it's why our state is growing so much right now. So we don't apologize for our conservative values, our God-fearing values. We actually promote that here in the state of Oklahoma. So thank you so much, and we'll do this ceremonial bill signing. Thank you.